All right, guys, it is coming up on 3:35 in the afternoon, and I just got through doing one of my sports shows, and I wanted to jump here on Facebook and social media and let you know that there is now a tornado warning that includes the area near Bay Springs, Mississippi. If you're watching me right now, near the Bonneville National Forest, Montrose, Lewin, or northern Bay Springs, Mississippi, you guys are now under a tornado warning, and this warning goes for another 54 minutes. Now, the National Weather Service in Jackson just reported that there is a debris signature with this storm that is sitting north of Bay Springs, Mississippi. So if you're watching me in Bay Springs, Mississippi, or if you're watching me near Montrose, you need to go ahead and be in your safe place right now. This is the lowest floor of your home, near the center and away from windows. And you are looking right here at the reflectivity. And let me switch over here to velocity. And there is your couplet coming right here, stretching along Highway 15 between Montrose and Lewin, Mississippi. And this is north of Heidelberg and north of Sandersville in Mississippi. So there is your brand new tornado warning that does include the Montrose, Mississippi area. Now, this is southwest of Meridian, and this is southeast of Jackson, Mississippi. Now, let me put this into motion for you, and as you can see, there is your area of rotation. There is also another tornado warning back over here to the southwest of McGee, but the most significant one is going to be this one up here towards the Montrose area here in South Mississippi. And I do note that the Weather Service once again says that there is a debris signature with this warning. So there very well could be a tornado down on the ground with this storm. And I can actually show it to you right now. And there it is. So there could be your possible tornado that is just off towards the northeast of Bay Springs, Mississippi. So we do know that there is a possible tornado down on the ground with this system. And once again, this is a tornado warning that expires in 51 minutes for northwestern Jasper County and northeastern Smith County in central Mississippi. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado at 3:31 was located over Turnerville, or 9 miles north of Stringer, moving to the northwest at 20 miles per hour. And the hazard is a tornado. It is a radar indicated. The dangerous storm will be near Pineville at 4:10 and then Burns around 4:25 this afternoon. Also impacted would be Montrose and Lewin, Mississippi. So there is your couplet and your possible tornado that is going to be sitting right here. So if you're watching me right now towards Montrose or in between Montrose and Lewin, Mississippi, you need to go ahead and think about being in your safe place right now because this storm could produce a tornado at any time right now. This is north of Taylorsville and northwest of Heidelberg in southwest Mississippi. All right, so there is another tornado warning over here north of Monticello, Mississippi, and let me take a look at this one as well. And yeah, there's a little bit of rotation over there near New Hebron, but that one is looking rather weak at the moment. That warning goes for another 20 minutes for Lawrence and Simpson counties in Mississippi. But the most significant one right now is going to be this one over here towards Bay Springs, Mississippi. So once again, I am looking at everything that is coming in here. Give me just a second because I need to... All right. Okay, this comes from the National Weather Service in Jackson. Tornado warning remains in effect until 4:30 for Jasper and Smith counties down there in Mississippi. Okay, tornado warning. Okay, so we have a report of a tornado from emergency managers, a possible tornado with a tree on a house, and tree snapped near an elementary school in Prentiss, Mississippi, which is in Jefferson Davis County. All right, so we have confirmed damage now down there in South Mississippi in Jefferson Davis County. So once again, there is a possible tornado with tree on a house in Prentiss, Mississippi. All right, so this is becoming a very, very serious situation coming in here towards the Montrose, Mississippi area. And look, we weren't even supposed to have any wind shear down here in this area, and weren't even supposed to have any kind of warnings today. But of course, you know, with severe weather, expect the unexpected. So there is, once again, your possible tornado that is just off to the southeast of Montrose, Mississippi. All right, National Weather Service Jackson continues tornado warning. Radar indicated Jasper and Smith counties until 4:30 this afternoon. So that was the ding-ding that you just heard. That was the warnings as I am in the chat room right now with all of the National Weather Services, and so that the National Weather Service in Jackson, anytime that they update or do any kind of warning, you will hear that ding-ding from time to time because I am in the area there. Okay, so they have updated the warning. All right, so let me read it off to you. This warning goes for another 47 minutes until 4:30. Capable of producing a tornado was located over Turnersville, or 15 miles north of Stringer, moving to the north at 20 miles per hour. This tornadic storm will remain over mainly rural areas of northwestern Jasper and northeastern Smith counties, including the following locations of Montrose and Lewin, Mississippi. So once again, if you're watching me in Montrose, if you're watching me up here towards Son, Roberts, or Lewin, Mississippi, along 15, you need to go ahead and be in your safe place right now. And I would also be there if I were in my safe place in Verba, Mississippi. Now, this is well north of Laurel, well north of Ellisville, well north of Hattiesburg. And this is well south of Meridian and southeast of Jackson. Okay, for the other storm that is back off to the southwest, they have canceled the tornado warning for Lawrence County, but continues the warning for Simpson County until 4 o'clock. All right, so once again, the tornado warning that is back off to the southwest, including Simpson County, continues until 4 o'clock. Lawrence has been allowed to expire. So we've got 2 tornado warnings right now that I'm working. We've got this one right here that is over Smith and Jasper counties in Mississippi with this area of rotation right here. We've also got this area of rotation right here that is over Simpson County in Mississippi. And both of these are moving off to the northwest at a very fast clip. And I do also want to show you, for our friends over here in West Alabama, there is an area of rotation that we need to keep our eye on that is here south of Livingston, Alabama. But there's no formal warning on that one. There's no formal watches out there, but there are 2 tornado warnings in Mississippi right now. So I'm going to focus on the most significant one right now. Okay, so if you're watching me right now in the city of Montrose, Mississippi, please be in your safe place right now. This is also if you were in Lewin, Mississippi, just south of Verba, and this is in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi, and I can go down closer to street level and let you guys see what roads. If you are along County Road 29, be in your safe place right now. If you were along Antock Road, be in your safe place right now. Once again, if you were along Highway 15 that runs through from Montrose all the way down to Lewin, Mississippi, please be in your safe place right now. That is the lowest floor of your home. County Road 20, County Road 204, be in your safe place right now as I'm zoomed in here really close, and that is where the actual tornado would be at this time right now. Just north of Rass and just north of Gridley, Mississippi. And once again, that is a very, very tight couplet there that is sitting just off to the southeast of Montrose, Mississippi. And there it comes. It's come on through Turnersville. It's come on through McNeil. And now it is making a beeline towards Montrose right now. And once again, this is a radar-indicated rotation. However, that is a pretty tight couplet, and that is something that you do not want to see. And let me see what is going on. Okay, so the National Weather Service, let me just go ahead and show you this. It'll be easier to show you. Let me back out. All right, so you see this warning over here for Bridgeport and Shockley? It's gone. That's because the Weather Service in Jackson has canceled the warning for Simpson County. All right, so we've only got one tornado warning right now, and that is going to be for this impressive signature that is sitting southeast of Montrose, Mississippi. And so if you're watching me right now, we're along County Road 23, County Road 206, or County Road 20. You need to go ahead and be in your safe place right now. If you are along Highway 15 that runs from Baxter, Mississippi, all the way down to Montrose, please be in your safe place right now. And this storm is basically, it looks like it is trying to parallel 15 and move between Montrose and Verba. It does look like it is taking more of a northern track rather than a northwestern track, but still, I want you in your safe place if you were near Montrose or Verba. And then next up would be Roberts, Mississippi, up here. And then you get over here towards Newton and Lawrence, Mississippi as well. So that is about as tight a couplet as I have seen today. So this thing could be momentarily producing a tornado at any time. So this is a pretty significant situation for the Pine Belt area of Mississippi in between Montrose and Verba, Mississippi. Now let me also show you this. I have the Jackson, Mississippi radar on. That is the only warning in the state. That is the only warning in the entire state of Mississippi. You have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings coming into Arkansas. You've got a severe thunderstorm watch back towards College Station in Houston, but there was not even supposed to be any kind of Mississippi. And here is the current radar from Jackson. You've got heavy rain falling in between a corridor from Jackson, Mississippi, all the way down to Hattiesburg. You've got light rain falling if you were up here towards Columbus, Meridian, and central Mississippi. But the only warning that we have in the entire state of Mississippi is going to be for that one storm that you see right up there to the north of Bay Springs and just north of the Polygon Box. Okay, so the National Weather Service in Jackson has issued a brand new tornado warning for Jasper, Newton, and Scott counties. And it has canceled Smith because the warning is no longer active in Smith County. So if you're watching in Smith County, you are no longer underneath the warning. If you were still in Jasper, Newton, or Scott County, there is now a tornado warning for you guys as well, and there is your new warning. All right, so that warning goes for another 52 minutes, and that is for the storm that is over Montrose right now. All right, so the new warning includes Jasper, Newton, and Scott counties in central Mississippi until 4:45. All right, so severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Turnerville, or 13 miles south of Newton, moving to the north at 20 miles per hour. It is a slow mover, folks. All right, this dangerous storm will be near Roberts around 4:10, which is in about 15 minutes, and then Lawrence around 4:30. And then other impacted locations by this tornadic thunderstorm include Lake Mississippi. All right, so there are your only two tornado warnings. You've got this one down here that includes Montrose for northern Jasper County, and this one goes for another 36 minutes. And then you've got this new one here that includes Jasper, Newton, and Scott counties, and that warning goes until 4:45. And this, like I said, if you're watching me right now in Meridian, if you were watching me right now in Jackson, Mississippi, those are the only storms of concern. Now, here's the deal. If you are watching in Meridian, Jackson, Hattiesburg, Columbus, Starkville, there's no warnings for you. This is only for a small portion of Mississippi. And this does include the areas of Roberts, Lake, Mississippi. And this is just on the outskirts of Newton, Mississippi right now. So let's go on ahead back in here, and it's going to be for this storm that is just north of Montrose right now, coming up towards the Roberts area and the Lawrence, Mississippi area. And let me cut back on velocity. And that thing is still pretty tight. I mean, that's pretty tight. This is just off to the east of Montrose. But if you're in Montrose, I still want you to be in your safe place right now, and especially if you were between Montrose and Verba, Mississippi. So that is the area of concern right now, and I'm looking to see, and thank goodness that there is nothing on the correlation coefficient which would tell you that if there were anything down on the ground with that. And there's the good news is that there's not anything down on the ground with that. However, there is still a pretty tight couplet, and I can put the zoom out and I can put this into motion for you. And as you can see, in between Montrose and Verba, Mississippi, coming up here towards County Road 15. So if you're watching on County Road 15 or Highway 15, between Montrose and Baxter, Mississippi, please be in your safe place right now. That is the lowest floor of your home, near the center and away from windows. And once again, if you're watching me over here towards Lewin, your severe weather threat is over from this storm. Okay, National Weather Service in Jackson has issued a tornado warning now for Rankin and Simpson counties till 5 o'clock. All right, so that's going to be another warning. And I am guessing for that area right there. All right, so we got two brand new, we got two tornado warnings now. We got one that includes Jasper, Newton, and Scott counties, and then another one now for Rankin and Simpson counties in Mississippi. And I believe it's going to be for that area that I just circled over there west of McGee, Mississippi. And we are awaiting the new polygon warning. So we've got this one over here in between Forest and Newton, Mississippi. And we are waiting to see where the new warning is going to pop up. And I think it's going to be west of McGee and northeast of Hazelhurst, Mississippi. There it is. Yep. And it is going to be for that area right there. All right, so now we got two areas of rotation on the radar in South Mississippi. And this does include for Rankin and Smith counties in Mississippi. And this includes Harrisville, Starr, Mississippi, and Whites, Mississippi. All right, so Harrisville, your call to action is going to be 4:15, which is in 15 minutes. Starr around 4:35, and Whites, Mississippi, around 4:45. All right, so we've got two areas of rotation right now in Mississippi. So there are your two areas, one to the southwest of Mendenhall, the other one up here north of Montrose, Mississippi, and both of them are moving off towards the northwest at around 20 miles per hour. So this is a very serious situation because we actually have two active tornado warnings for central and south Mississippi. And this is the one that is southwest of Mendenhall. If it were to stay on that track, it would wind up in the Jackson, Mississippi metro a little bit later on, over here towards Florence, Mississippi, Richland, and then Terry. Oh, wow. Okay. We got a tornado on the ground with this storm down here north of Panola, Mississippi. All right, so we got a tornado observed by storm spotters with this storm right here. There it is. There it is. All right, so that is going to be your brand new tornado that is coming up here. There's your new warning. So if you're watching us in Harrisville, Rexford, Mississippi, now if you're watching in Panola, the warning has passed your area. But there's an actual observed tornado that is here observed for 59 more minutes. This is a confirmed tornado, was located near Panola, moving to the northwest at 20 miles per hour. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur, and tree damage is likely. Harrisville, this tornado is on the ground, and it will be on top of you at 4:15. Star around 4:35, and White's at 4:45 this afternoon. So once again, there is a tornado on the ground observed by the storm spotters with this storm that is sitting right there. And I can actually show you, there is your debris ball that is coming up here just south of State Highway 540. So if you're watching me right now near Harrisville, and also along State Highway 540 north of Panola, please be in your safe place right now, as this is an observed tornado just off to the southwest of Mendenhall, Mississippi. So once again, State Highway 540, be in your safe place right now, as this tornado is coming on top of you very, very shortly. So let me also check in on our storm over here north of Montrose. All right, so if you're just now joining me, I don't need the reflectivity. All right, if you're just now joining me, we have a confirmed observed tornado right down here that is southwest of Mendenhall. We also have a radar indicated very tight couplet that is coming up here just to the north of Montrose in Mississippi. And both of these are moving off towards the northwest. And the one that's actually got the observed on it would take a track more towards the Jackson, Mississippi metro area. The one over here north of Montrose, if it stayed on that track, would come over here closer to Newton, Mississippi. All right, so let me see if I can center both of these up. And that's not okay. All right, so the one over here north of Montrose, if you were watching me right now, and Roberts, please be in your safe place right now. If you are north of State Highway 15, be in your safe place, which runs from Baxter down to Montrose, be in your safe place right now. Once again, let me get on in here and show you that 532A that runs out of Montrose. Please be in your safe place right now. Also, County Road 25. Please be in your safe place right now, as this is a tornado warning that does include Roberts and Lawrence, Mississippi until 4:45. All right, so let me also, but for the more impactful right now is going to be this circulation right here, that is over here, that is just off to the southeast of Harrisville. This actually has a confirmed tornado with it that moved just north of Panola, Mississippi. So if you're watching right now in Harrisville, Star, or Whites, Mississippi, please be in your safe place right now, as this is a confirmed tornado. If you're watching me right now, along State Highway 540 near Harrisville, please be in your safe place right now. Okay, so that would be the area of your possible tornado that is south of Harrisville right now. And this is north of Panola, Mississippi, just off to the southwest and west of Mendenhall. And if it were to stay on that track, it would take it closer to Jackson, Richland, and Florence, Mississippi. So this is well to the east of Hazelhurst and Crystal Springs. And this is only going to affect Rexford, Harrisville, Star, and Whites, Mississippi, for the potential of an observed tornado that is just off to the north of Panola, Mississippi. And these are rotating showers, guys. This is not even a thunderstorm because I've actually got the lightning cut on. And as you can see, there is very, very little lightning. Okay. National Weather Service in Jackson continues the warning until 4:30 for Jasper County, Mississippi. And this is continued to be a radar indicated. So that one is the one that is north of Montrose, Mississippi, still is radar indicated. And the one that is over here towards the Harrisville, Mississippi area is observed. And I can actually put this into motion for you. And as you can see, everything is just creeping up off towards the northwest. And we also need and the good news is around McGee right now, I just saw that thunderstorm that was coming into McGee, but I do not see any rotation with that storm, which is good. So the only storm of concern are going to be these over here near Harrisville, Mississippi, and then this one over here that is north of Montrose that includes Roberts, Lawrence, and Dennis Sentiment, Mississippi. Okay. For northern Jasper, southwestern Newton, and east central Scott counties until 4:45. Roberts and Lawrence, Mississippi are impacted by the storm and okay. All right. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Was located near Turnerville, or 13 miles south of Newton, moving to the north at 20 miles per hour. That was the old warning. me wait and see. There, okay, so they've updated now. Okay, so a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Roberts, or 10 miles southwest of Newton, moving northwest at 20 miles per hour. It is over Roberts right now, and it will be near Lawrence at 4:35 this afternoon. All right, so there is your severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Roberts. Next up would be Tanglewood, Lawrence, and Dennis Settlement, Mississippi. And then, of course, Singleton Settlement as well. Weird names in Mississippi, folks. Also, if you're watching right now along Highway 80 and 20, Interstate 20, in between Forest and Newton, Mississippi. Nobody should be driving along the interstate there because of a possible tornado. Okay, so the Weather Service has gone back to radar indicated for the western storm for Rankin and Simpson counties. Okay, so both warnings now are radar indicated. All right, so we've got this area of rotation near Harrisville, Mississippi. We've got this area of rotation that is near Roberts, Mississippi, and both of them are moving off in this direction right here. And like I said, that one down here that I'm circling and drawing on right now looks like it could take a track closer to the Jackson, Mississippi metro area if it holds together. But those are the only two areas of concern right now. And I can put both of them into motion for you. And honestly, looking at everything right now, this one over here near Roberts has really broadened out again. It was really tight back towards Montrose and Verba, and now it has really broadened out. And if that trend continues, I would expect the Weather Service in Jackson to cancel that warning, but they are still canceling. They're still got the tornado warning active for Jasper, Newton, and Scott counties until 4:45. But like I said, if this trend continues, I would expect both of these warnings to be canceled because they are really looking like they are losing their tightness and becoming more broad. And I can actually show you that this right here, when you have this arcing of the wind, that looks like more of a straight line wind threat rather than a tornado threat. So there is still some definite straight line wind threat with that down there close to Harrisville, Mississippi. But like I said, that is really looking like more of a straight line wind threat rather than a tornado threat. And like I said, this one up here has really broadened out, and it wasn't as tight as it once was when it was down in this area. Because I will step this along for you, and you can see right back in here, it was very tight north of Montrose, and now it is just really broadened out some. And once again, this storm down here off to the west of Mendenhall was rather tight as well, and now it has gotten broad as well. So once again, both of these are still in effect, but they are showing signs of weakening right now. And the good news is I'm not seeing any other areas at all anywhere in Mississippi that would catch my eye for the potential of rotating storms. Let me check with New Orleans. No, I'm not really seeing anything out of New Orleans. Let me check over here at Mobile. No, I'm not seeing anything out of Mobile either. Okay, so we still have those 2 tornado warnings, but I would almost guarantee that those warnings are about to be canceled because there's just nothing there right now. But still, be in your safe place still for a little bit longer if you were over here towards Lawrence, Mississippi, in between Forest and Newton, Mississippi, and also if you're over here near Harrisville, just until the Weather Service decides to cancel those warnings. But that's the situation that we got going on right now. If you're just now joining me, there are your 2 tornado warnings that include Jasper, Newton, and Scott counties in central Mississippi, in between Forest and Meridian, Mississippi, and then this one storm that is down here in Rankin and Simpson counties, south of the Jackson, Mississippi metro area, and everybody else is fine. Everybody else has just got heavy rain. Let me cut back on the radar. So Jackson, Mississippi's getting rain. And if you're, let me see, if you're about to go home in Jackson right now, especially if you were over here from Ridgeland to Jackson and points east, it's going to be a very nasty commute home. If you were over here towards Meridian, there could be some spotty showers coming up at you here within the next little while. Let me check up here and see about our friends up here in Starkville and Columbus. There's some moderate rain from Columbus over to Starkville and Macon, Mississippi, and Louisville. And then we've got that one storm that does bear watching north of Livingston. And let me check velocity because it was showing signs of rotating earlier. And there's still a couplet there. So places up here north of Livingston, the Weather Service in Birmingham might actually pull the trigger on a tornado warning for Sumter County. So if you know of anybody over there. But once again, we are awaiting confirmation. Okay, so the Storm Prediction Center has just put out a mesoscale discussion. And it says for a portion of Mississippi and southwestern Alabama that there is a couple of brief tornadoes remain possible through this afternoon, but a watch issuance is not expected. So once again, there could be a couple of areas of a brief tornado that is down here in southwestern Mississippi. However, there's not supposed to be a watch issued. So once again, we are awaiting confirmation from Jackson. Okay, so the National Weather Service in Jackson is going to continue the tornado warning for Lake Okay. Okay, so the Weather Service in Jackson is going to continue the tornado warning for Rankin and Simpson counties until 5 o'clock. And apparently they're going to continue the warning for Newton and Scott counties until 4:45. Okay, so if you're watching in Newton or Scott counties in Mississippi, this is going to remain over mainly rural areas of southwestern Newton and east central Scott counties until 4:45, and this does include the following locations of Lake Mississippi, but I'm not seeing anything there. Maybe just a little bit of rotation that is over here west of Roberts, but that is nothing like it was back down here when it was near Montrose, Mississippi. Let me also check on this other storm over here. There's nothing there. I trust the guys at the Weather Service in Jackson. That's why I'm here. But there's literally nothing there. Just south of Harrisville, over to Rexford and Starr, Mississippi. There's nothing there. This storm did produce a brief tornado near Prentice and just north of Panola, Mississippi earlier. That may be why they are continuing the warning. But once again, those are the only two warnings that we have to deal with right now. If you were watching in Jasper County, Mississippi, your severe weather threat is over for this tornado. So the warning continues for 23 minutes for Newton and Scott counties in central Mississippi until 4:45. And then this other warning for Rankin and Simpson counties. All right, so once again, these are the warning areas. You have a tornado warning, radar indicated, for Newton and Scott counties until 4:45. You have a tornado warning for Rankin and Simpson counties until 5 o'clock. And by the way, the probability of the Storm Prediction Center posting a watch for Mississippi is 5%. 5%. So a tornado watch will not be coming tonight unless trends continue. Okay, so the National Weather Service has, like I said, they've canceled the Jasper County because it's moved out of the county, but it continues Newton and Scott counties until 4:45. But I'm telling you, there's nothing there. Let me back out. Columbus may be too far away. Yeah, Columbus is going to be too far away for the one south of Jackson. There's just nothing there. Huh. So if you're watching in Lake Mississippi, please be in your safe place right now. They've still continued the tornado warnings for Mississippi, but I don't see it. Okay, so your area of rotation is going to be right here. And if you are in Lake or Tanglewood, Mississippi, Please be in your safe place right now. Just like I thought, weather service in Jackson has canceled Newton and Scott counties. So we are down to one warning, folks. We are down to one warning in Mississippi. So Newton and Scott counties have been allowed to cancel. All right. So all we've got left is this tornado warning that does include Harrisville, Mississippi, Rexford, and Starr. But I would venture to say that the National Weather Service in Jackson is in the process of canceling that one as well. Because there's nothing there. But please, go ahead and still be in your safe place if you are along 469 or 29 or 49. Jackson continues tornado warning. Radar indicated for Rankin and Simpson until 5. That's puzzling. All right, there's literally nothing there in Rankin or Simpson counties. I'm sorry. And like I said, that is the only active storm that we've got in the state of Mississippi right now, is that storm that is over Rankin and Simpson counties in Mississippi until 5 o'clock. Yeah, there's your new warning, or updated warning. This dangerous storm will be near White around 5 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Harrisville or near Starr, moving to the northwest at 15 miles per hour. We are just awaiting to see what the Weather Service is going to do, because I'm puzzled as to why they're keeping this warning active. Wow. So once again, if you were down here near White's, Mississippi, also King, Rexford, and Gamma, Mississippi, go ahead and be in your safe place right now. Mississippi, 469 South, Clear Branch, and 469 be in your safe place right now. And this is also including Rexford and Gamma, Mississippi, also Whites, just off to the west of Touchstone, Mississippi. So, Sinai, Mississippi. And this does touch the southern extent of Florence, Mississippi. So once again, if you were in Rexford, Gamma, Whites, Clear Branch, or King, Mississippi, please be in your safe place. And this is for Rankin and Simpson counties until 5 o'clock. 469 South, please be in your safe place near King and Rexford. Okay, and we got tornado warnings ongoing, and they decided to put the climate report for the day for Jackson, Vicksburg, Meridian, Greenville, Hattiesburg, and Greenwood. Meridian got almost an inch of rain today, though. So once again, we are zoomed in here over Rankin and Simpson counties in Mississippi. We got a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado over Harrisville or near Star, moving to the northwest at 15, but I am just not seeing anything there. I'm not sure. Huh. This warning goes until 5 o'clock. There we go. All right, so tornado warning has been canceled for Rankin and Simpson counties finally in Mississippi. All right, so there are no more active tornado warnings on the board. All right, so real quick, while I've got you here, if you are about to head home in the Jackson, Mississippi metro area, if you are about to head home in the Brandon, Mississippi area, if you are about to head home in Richland, Pearl, or Florence, you're going to get a lot of heavy rain for your drive home in the Jackson, Mississippi metro area. Let me also show you that if you are driving home over here near Newton, Mississippi, or Meridian, there is going to be off and on showers for you guys as well for your commute over here towards Meridian, Stonewall, and Enterprise, Mississippi. Now, real quick, let me take you down here towards the Hattiesburg area, and I think you guys are going to be clear for your drive home as all of the stuff has moved north of your area. So Hattiesburg should be a dry drive home. And one more stop. Let me check on our folks up here in Columbus, Mississippi. And for the people up here, Columbus to Starkville, your drive home is going to be very, very with a very light band of showers moving over your area. So once again, all of the tornado warnings have been allowed to expire from Jackson. So I am going to sign off here on Facebook and social media. In case we have other tornado warned storms, I will be back right here on social media giving you guys the latest weather information. However, right now I see no other signs down here in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi of any other storm trying to rotate right now. So that is the good news for our friends down here in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi and South Mississippi as well. However, I will continue to watch this, and if anything pops back up later tonight, I'll be right back here on social media providing you guys the latest weather information to give you guys a secondary line of weather information for you guys right here on social media. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday evening. And as always, from me to you, God bless.